example. Nice introduction. So for those who don't know, just been doing a lot of activities as far as the summer goes. Really like to be going with the wind. So one of the places that I've been starting to do and try to learn is kiteboarding. So what is kiteboarding? Kiteboarding is you have this big portable kite, you pump it up, and the pump is such as this. So this pump is going to attach to one of the ladders here. It's called a little bit of terminology here. So this is called the trailing edge or the leading edge, and this is the trailing edge of a kite. And these are called bridles. And this is the bar. There's a harness. This harness has a chicken loop, and there's a donkey dong. So I don't have the harness here, but there's just a little bit of for those who don't see. So there's a little terminology. So how did it all start? This is kind of preceding what Naz is trying to do with windsurfing. I've been a windsurfer for a long time, but kiteboarding kind of new for me in the last 2-3 years. Where to learn this thing? There is a good website called lakawa.com. If you have time to go out there, and if you're interested, I'll take some lessons from some guys here. Hook me up. I'll hook you up with some people too. So what happens? You pump it up, and you just work on the kite. And how does it work? So you actually have a board too. A board could be the nice thing with the kiting is you can also use this as snow kiting. You can get dragged behind either a snowboard or a pair of skis. That would work as well. And you can do that on a frozen lake. Skis. So that's for snow kiting. So how does it work? So you have the kite floats up in the air. So you need to get this into the wind. You just fly the kite on a downwind, so 90 degrees. And then you get it up to 90 degrees. So 180 degrees to 90 degrees. So you put it up the kite, and then you work on the kite. So you just get it up just enough in the air. So what happens is the kite is in a neutral position when it's flying up here. 12 degrees, 12 apart. It is neutral. So the kite gets power up here, over here. So it's very easy to understand, and then you can just work the kite. It's called working the kite. If you just move the kite between 12 o'clock and 9 o'clock. You don't want to go beyond, let's say, 45 degrees or 30 degrees here. So if you just keep this motion up, let the kite fly in the air, up and down, you're going to get a lot of momentum. So what you do is you put the kite up in the air with the board. I don't have the board here. With the board attached in your straps, so you can just get it downwind and just get that motion and get up and go. So that motion of getting pulled behind something powerful is quite amazing. So I'll let you experience that. A couple other things. So this is the kite pump. It's about $20 things. One thing that when you're getting into these kiting, make sure you want to mark your equipment with with your labels and everything. This actually returned to me. I left this at the event site at the Gorge, which is the next topic. Is the fact that hey, you want to put your name on it. So as I was leaving the Hood River, I have this email coming out to me. Your lost pump is returned to us in Port of Hood River. So now you can come and pick it up. I was just on my way out of the city. I got the email because I had my email address down here. Otherwise, I would be totally disattached with this little gadget here that cost me $20-30 to get a new one. So the next thing that I highly suggest for windsurfing as well, get a PFD. PFD stands for Personal Floating Device. So this could be acquired. This is a kind of high-end, but you can get a good device like this. So put it on, and you'll feel a bit more floating. Even though you know swimming, you never know what's going to happen. I also bought this year, a little knife. The knife is needed because people die with these harnesses. They can't just get out of them. They can just get strapped. And this is a little knife that will cut the lines if you're in trouble, especially for kiting. Is really essential. You don't need that for this. So those are the things. Again, the other nice thing is you want to do is you want to write your name and where you belong and your university thing. So this could be this is red. Get as colorful as possible you could, so you could be seen. So that's about it in a nutshell on how kiting works. So I can get more in details later. Next, I'm going to talk about the gorge. The gorge is it's in Columbia River Gorge. It's right by close to Portland. It's about an hour east of Portland, and it's a mecca for wind and wind addicts. There's lots of things to do. I can just pass this around quick. Take a quick look at it. In the middle area, that you'll see the wind powered. There's different sites that you can do windsurfing and kiting. So the nice thing about the gorge is we have. What happens is this is Portland area. So this is on the coast, as you know, and this is the Columbia River. It's not a straight river, so. And there's the Dalles, the big city. Right? So big city, the river is over here. So what happens is during the summer, the Hood River is obviously being on the coast side, it gets cold, right? So then the desert here is pretty dry up here. It's hot. So hot air starts rising during the day. So this hot air is starting rising, and this is a big valley here. If you think about the gorge, it's just the glacier water just washed away all this area. It's a big running river. It's about a quarter mile, 3/4 of a mile to about a mile maybe. It's the biggest wet areas. So in this case, we have the cold, hot air comes up, and then cold air here starts pushing in. So we have these huge wind tunnels coming into the valley, and you can get up to, on a regular day, you can get up to 30, 40 knots or miles, 50 miles of wind coming in. And the other nice thing about it is, for windsurfing especially, is really nice. The river flows this way. So the river is in a different color. The current moves this way. Then, obviously, the nice thing about this is if you get dragged down, you can just let your kite or windsurf down and let the current move back to where you started. So that's a really nice thing when you start windsurfing, especially NAS is going to find out. You want to return to the place that you started. Good thing. You don't want to end up washing and walking yourself out. So that's about it. If you got any questions, I'll take some questions quick. So yes.
I've heard like kiteboarding, you can go like 50, 60 feet.
Yeah, exactly. You can get up. So what you do is you just pull the kite down, then you get lofted up in the air. And I did that once, and it's kind of dangerous. If it's not in the water, even in the water, it can be really high up in the air and then come down really hard. So you're really in control of doing that. So this is pretty powerful, and you want to take a good lesson. Definitely don't get the equipment and take a lesson. The entry to starting is kind of expensive, about $200 to $300 to get a lesson, and then you need a couple more, maybe looking at about $500 out the grant to get a lesson. Good question.
What is the maximum distance you can carry? I want to try this between two mountains.
You can go.
The distance you can
Oh,
go.
you can go as far as you can. People cross the Atlantic. I don't think they cross the Atlantic, but they cross the Channel.
Because he wants to know if we can jump peaks.
Don't try it on hard surface.
I'm not following. So this is gonna go on the water.
Just in the water.
Yeah, it's not gonna fly.
Because your body is soft.
You're attached on the water. Any other questions? No, I'm over the top.
You could probably use it like a parachute and get.
Yeah, it's not a parachute. It's not that.
It doesn't have a parachute adapter or anything.
No, it's just on the water. So you have a board that you're always on the ground. Or you should be.
The higher up you start, the farther you
You got a
go.
question? I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Baskin